The legend of the basilisk. In a time long past, when the world was steeped in magic and the line between reality and myth blurred, there existed a creature so fearsome that the mere mention of its name could send shivers down the spine of even the bravest knight. This creature was known as the basilisk. The origins of the basilisk. The tales of the basilisk's origin were as varied as the stars in the night sky. Some legends claimed that it hatched from a serpent's egg, warmed by a rooster's heat beneath a full moon. Others whispered of dark sorcery, where a cursed wizard infused an ordinary snake with vile magic, imbuing it with the powers of death and destruction. Regardless of how it came into existence, the creature was a terrifying blend of serpent and bird, possessing the body of a snake adorned with a crown-like crest that glimmered ominously. The basilisk was said to have a gaze so powerful that it could petrify any living creature, turning the mightiest of warriors into lifeless stone with a mere glance. Its breath was thought to be as toxic as the deadliest poison, capable of withering flowers and corroding even the strongest metals. The legends warned that to see the basilisk, whether directly or even in reflection, was to invite certain doom. The town of Elden Hollow. In the quiet village of Elden Hollow, nestled at the base of the great misty mountains, tales of the basilisk were woven into the very fabric of life. The townsfolk spoke of it in hushed tones around the flickering glow of fires, each story more exaggerated than the last. One man saw its eyes and turned to stone. A child would gasp, while an elder would chime in, and the forest around its lair is dead, for nothing can live near the beast. Despite the fear surrounding the creature, a sense of intrigue lingered in the air. Among the villagers was a spirited young woman named Elara. With her fiery red hair and sharp wit, she was known for her unyielding curiosity and courage. While others trembled at the thought of the basilisk, Elara felt an undeniable pull toward the unknown. She believed that understanding the creature could help her village find peace. The mysterious prophecy. As Elara grew older, the stories of the basilisk began to evolve. One fateful evening, as she sat by the fire with her grandmother, the old woman shared a long-forgotten tale that sent a chill down Elara's spine. Long ago, a great oracle prophesied that a brave soul would emerge from the shadows of fear to forge a bond with the basilisk, her grandmother whispered. Only then would harmony return to the land, and the creature would no longer be a symbol of terror. Elara's heart raced. Could it be that she was destined to fulfill this prophecy? The thought ignited a fierce determination within her. I must seek the basilisk, she declared, her voice steady. I will not let fear control our lives any longer. The quest begins. That night, Elara prepared for her journey. She gathered her supplies, her mother's old dagger, a satchel of herbs known for their healing properties, a sturdy rope, and a mirror crafted from polished silver. If the creature can turn one to stone, I will use this to shield myself, she reasoned. With a heart full of resolve, she set off into the mist-laden woods toward the basilisk's rumored lair. As Elara ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with an eerie silence. The trees loomed overhead, twisted and gnarled, as if they too were afraid to speak. Hours passed, and just as doubt began to creep into her heart, she stumbled upon a clearing bathed in moonlight. In the center lay a cave, its entrance shrouded in shadows. With a deep breath, She stepped inside, feeling the air crackle with ancient power. The walls glimmered with crystals that flickered like stars, illuminating her path as she pressed deeper into the cave. Suddenly, a low hiss echoed around her, sending a thrill of fear coursing through her veins. Elara's heart raced as she sensed the creature's presence drawing nearer. The confrontation. From the darkness, the basilisk emerged, a magnificent beast, its scales shimmering with hues of emerald and gold. Its eyes glowed like molten silver, and as they fixed on Elara, she felt the weight of its gaze. For a moment, time stood still, but instead of succumbing to panic, Elara raised her mirror, catching the creature's reflection. The basilisk recoiled, its gaze broken. "You dare to confront me, child," it hissed, its voice like 1,000 whispers rustling through dry leaves. "I come not to challenge you, but to understand," Elara replied, her voice steady despite the terror coiling in her stomach. The basilisk paused, intrigue flickering in its eyes. "Most come seeking glory or vengeance. Why would you seek knowledge?" Elara took a step closer, her heart pounding. "Because I believe that fear breeds more fear. You are a creature of legend, yet I see pain in your eyes. What made you this way?" The truth revealed. A shadow crossed the basilisk's face as it shared its tale. How it had once been a guardian of the forest, revered by all creatures. The forest had flourished under its watchful eye, and its magic had ensured balance among all living beings. But as fear grew among the humans, the basilisk became a monster in their eyes, forced to hide and retaliate against those who hunted it. "I do not wish to harm, yet I am cursed by your fear," the basilisk lamented, its voice a low rumble filled with sorrow. "I have become a legend of terror instead of a protector." Elara felt a surge of empathy. The creature's tragic fate mirrored the pain of her own village, trapped in a cycle of fear and misunderstanding. "What if we could change that?" she proposed. "What if you showed my village your true self? We could help each other." The basilisk regarded her thoughtfully, its expression shifting from disdain to cautious hope. "You would risk your life for such a dream?" "I would," Elara affirmed, determination burning in her chest. "Together, we could rewrite our story, a new alliance." And so, a bond was forged between the girl and the creature. Elara dedicated herself to learning the secrets of the forest, discovering the healing properties of its plants and the wisdom of ancient magic. In return, the basilisk agreed to reveal itself to the villagers, to show them that it was not a monster, but a guardian of the wild. Days turned into weeks as Elara and the basilisk worked together. They forged a plan to approach the village during the harvest festival, a time of unity and celebration when the townsfolk would be more open to the unknown. Elara envisioned a moment of revelation that could transform fear into understanding. The Harvest Festival. On the day of the Harvest Festival, Elden Hollow was alive with laughter and merriment. Colorful banners fluttered in the wind, and the air was thick with the aroma of roasted meats and baked goods. The villagers danced around a great bonfire, their spirits high, yet the shadow of the basilisk loomed over the festivities like an uninvited guest. As night fell and the sky darkened, Elara took a deep breath, her heart pounding with both excitement and trepidation. She had told the villagers of a surprise guest, one that would change their perception of the forest forever. Now, standing before the gathered crowd, she could feel their skepticism in the air. "People of Elden Hollow," she began, her voice rising above the crackling fire. "Tonight, I bring you a creature of legend, a guardian of the forest who has been misunderstood for too long. I ask you to welcome it with open hearts." As she spoke, the ground trembled slightly, and the air grew thick with anticipation. The villagers murmured among themselves, uncertainty clouding their faces. Then, from the depths of the forest, the basilisk emerged, its majestic form illuminated by the flickering firelight. A moment of truth. Gasps echoed through the crowd as the basilisk stepped into view, its scales glinting like jewels. Elara watched as fear contorted the faces of her friends and neighbors, but she stood firm, raising her mirror once more, reflecting the creature's image toward the crowd. "Fear not. Look into the mirror and see the truth of what lies before you." Elara called out, her voice strong. Slowly, the villagers turned their eyes to the mirror. Many gasped again, not in horror, but in awe. They saw not a monster, but a being of grace and power, a guardian of the land they inhabited. "Please," Elara continued, her heart racing as she took a step closer to the basilisk. "This creature has the heart of a protector. It has the power to heal our land and our relationship with nature. Let us not be bound by fear, but be brave enough to embrace the unknown." A heavy silence fell over the crowd, and for a moment, it seemed as if time stood still. Then, one by one, the villagers began to lower their weapons and tools, their fear giving way to curiosity. A new understanding. The basilisk shifted, lowering its head as a gesture of peace. "I mean no harm," it spoke, its voice echoing with an ancient wisdom that resonated in the hearts of the villagers. "I seek only to guard the balance of this world, and I ask for your understanding." A brave elder stepped forward, his brow furrowed in thought. "If what you say is true, then let us learn from you. Teach us how to live in harmony with the forest." Elara's heart soared. The moment she had longed for was unfolding before her very eyes. The villagers approached the basilisk, tentatively at first, then with growing confidence as they reached out to touch its scales, feeling the warmth of the creature's ancient magic. The bond deepens. From that day forward, a new era began in Elden Hollow. The basilisk became a part of the community, not as a figure of terror, but as a guardian and teacher. Elara facilitated the bond between the villagers and the creature, leading them on explorations through the forest to learn about its magic and healing properties. The villagers discovered the power of the herbs and plants, using them to heal ailments and nurture their crops. They learned to respect the rhythms of nature, understanding that they were part of a greater cycle. The forest flourished, and so did the relationship between humans and the magical beings that dwelled within it. The legacy of harmony. As the seasons changed, so did the stories told around the fires of Elden Hollow. No longer were there tales of fear. Instead, children grew up hearing stories of friendship, courage, and understanding. The legend of the basilisk transformed from a creature of nightmares into a symbol of resilience and harmony. Years passed, and Elara grew into a wise leader of her village. She became known as the Keeper of the Forest, a title she wore with pride. The bond she had forged with the basilisk had not only changed her life, but had redefined the legacy of her village. The basilisk, now revered as a protector, continued to watch over Elden Hollow. Its presence brought an aura of magic and tranquility to the land, reminding all who dwelled there that fear could be conquered by understanding and compassion. The prophecy fulfilled. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over the village, Elara sat beneath the ancient oak tree at the edge of the forest. The air was filled with laughter as the villagers celebrated their newfound bond with nature. In that moment of peace, she reflected on the prophecy her grandmother had spoken of so many years ago. The oracle had foretold of a brave soul emerging from the shadows of fear to forge a bond with the basilisk, ushering in a new era of harmony. Elara had fulfilled that prophecy, not through conquest, but through courage, compassion, and a willingness to understand. As the stars twinkled overhead, Elara smiled, knowing that her story, and that of the basilisk, would be passed down through generations, a reminder that true strength lies in the ability to connect with one another, to listen, and to learn. In the heart of Elden Hollow, a new legend blossomed, one that would echo through time, the tale of a girl and a creature united in their quest for understanding, proving that even the deepest fears could be transformed into the strongest bonds.